All right.
Oh, no.
So yesterday we got through the ones for A being obtuse. So today we're doing A being acute. Okay, so following all these same stipulations from up here. Okay, again, keep in mind H is B sine A. So we're going to have 4 possible options. So I'm going to go ahead and draw them all.
How many triangles go with the second one?
This, there's going to be 4.
No, with the one of A is obtuse. The second.
Oh, 1 triangle.
Sorry,
I didn't understand what you were asking me, sorry. I thought you were asking how many triangles I had drawn, and I was like, 2? Sure. What in the world just happened?
Is this? Oh, this is the rest of what yesterday's thing is.
That was.
Oh, this was cosine. This will answer my question.
Why do I do this? Hi, future Algebra 2 people.
And Lorelai.
Oh, hi, Lorelai. Oh, yeah, where is she?
That's
In the
how
video?
my hair looks like.
Horse show.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it was a horse show.
Potato. Show Isaac that.
All right.
Oh my word.
Now, in these, okay, all of them straight down from this top is going to have a drop down. That is H. Okay, a dotted line.
Height?
Well, sort of, yeah.
Twigs.
Oh, no.
Are we ready for a quiz on this material?
No, please don't do that.
Okay, well then I suggest we stop talking because I can promise if you're talking, I will not reteach this material. If we all fail the quiz, we all fail the quiz. Okay? So I suggest you pay attention.
A question. So the little H's only go with the acute ones, right?
Yes.
Wait, does an H go on the 1, 2, 3?
There's only an H on these 4 over here on the right.
Okay.
Okay? And the H again comes from this formula here. Now, this is the formula given the pieces of information we have. Okay? When we go through and do problems, it may not be side B and angle A. Okay? But the side you're given always goes with the angle that we're not given. Or sorry. The angle we're given always goes with the one that doesn't have an angle given with it. The side. It'll make more sense when we do it, but
So like
anyways.
if B was there.
So like if we didn't have, so if I was given, so we were given side A and angle A. So whatever one we're given both pieces for, that angle is what you use. The other side is what goes in front of it.
Okay.
Okay? It'll make more sense, like I said, when we actually start doing problems. You'll like actually see it and stuff. Okay. So,
May I ask what H stands for again?
it's kind of like height, but it's just this.
Okay.
Doesn't necessarily have a name specifically. All right, so we're going to have a couple different scenarios here that I'm going to draw out. So in this case, A is going to be really short. So if we were to do, okay, the math and stuff, in this case, H would be greater than A. Okay, so when we're looking for stuff, that's what you're going to be finding. Is H basically going to be greater than, equal to, or less than these different values? Okay, and then that will help you decide how many triangles we have. Okay, so in this particular case, if this was the scenario that we had, there would not be a triangle because A does not hit Okay, it does not hit the other part of the triangle.
I was getting ready to ask you how that works.
So there's no triangle.
I was like, well, what makes it a triangle?
What is happening?
I mean, the triangle has to have 3 sides. So, yeah.
I mean, you probably thought that the little dotted ones were.
Sure.
That's what I was
Yeah, I
thinking,
don't know.
Yeah, H is like imaginary. H actually is not there.
So A would
That
have
does
to
make
hit,
sense then.
A would have to hit side B to be.
I was like, well, I see a triangle.
A would have to hit this side, technically side C down here at the bottom,
Okay.
to officially be it.
Actually, smart question. I mean, probably not, but not dumb.
Smart question.
Does it have
Never
to
heard that
be-
before.
Is it always a right triangle, or can it be other kinds of triangles when you know the touch
No, they're actually usually not a right triangle. The H part makes a right triangle with it, but that's the only thing. This isn't necessarily for a right triangle. Because if it was a right triangle, we'd use the other methods we already know.
Oh yeah, that would make sense.
And this is
Okay?
Okay.
All right, on this case, our A is going to be straight down here. Okay, so if we swing it around, it's going to just hit in one spot. That was not, hold on. Okay, so it would only actually hit once at this bottom part. So, in this case, maybe you can guess, but H is equal to A.
Oh, remember, I actually got that.
Right, because they're on the same line.
and there's one triangle.
Yep, and there's only one triangle.
It's starting to make sense.
Looks like an ancient.
Now, it's not necessarily 100% that it's a right triangle still. It could be a little off, but just because of where it might actually hit in the grand scheme of things. But for the purpose of this one, it would make a right triangle.
So our triangle is from A to the left.
So our triangle is this area in here.
Okay.
So the outside area is not triangle.
Correct.
It's just a random piece that's only.
All right, let's see. Next one. We are going to have, well, actually, we're going to do this one on the right side first, and then we're going to come back to this one. So this one, it's going to be way out here. I need to extend this one a little bit farther. It's close enough. Okay, so now this is side A. So if we swing it around, it only hits once. Okay, in this case, it might not look exactly like it here just because of the way it's drawn, but A is going to be greater than B, or greater than or equal to B. Okay, so it could be equal. Okay, so if A is greater than or equal to B, any guesses to how many triangles we have?
2, 1.
One triangle.
Yay. And you know what?
Okay, because if you were to keep swinging this around, okay, if it was equal to B, okay, it would come back and it would hit here when you swing this line around. If it's greater than B, it's not actually going to hit that. It's just going to keep coming out this way, and it's not ever going to re-intersect this.
So what does it look like when you have 2 triangles? Or am I just
That's what you are about to find out.
That's why we're doing that one last.
Okay, so with this one, okay, we're going to have it coming down
I'm so excited.
I just spelled triangle with an EL. And I think
in that general area.
Like,
Oh, I forgot to write in the little H
That was
over
actually
here.
less exciting than I thought it would be.
like,
Okay, so the way this works is this one is swung around, but what happens is it actually comes back. Okay, that's not really a good.
Looks like mine.
oh,
Okay, but it's gonna come back around and it's gonna hit again. So we would actually make another triangle here where it hits. It's not. It's really hard to draw it, but you get the general idea.
But mine does not look like a triangle.
Okay, so we actually have A hitting in 2 places here. So in this case, we're going to have H is less than A is less than B. Okay, so B has to be the biggest side, if you will.
And this is 2, right?
Yes, and this one is going to be 2 triangles.
I have a question. Didn't you mention yesterday that you have something like infinitely many triangles?
I did say that, and I lied. I was meaning 2, and I said, yeah. I said infinitely many instead.
I just don't know what that would look like.
No, I mean, I guess in theory that could happen, but that would be kind of difficult. I mean, you could keep making them, I suppose, but yeah.
So
That
I'm
would just
confused
take
on like
forever.
how we get like the less than or greater than like.
Well, it's hard to see it just from here, but it comes from this value. When you find h, then your a value will be given to you and your b value is given to you. So right now it just doesn't look like it, but we would know what these things are equal to, and we would find h from those
Well,
values.
so then you
Well,
know
like,
whether the variable.
how-
And then basically based on that, then you know how many triangles you have, and then we can go through and solve them. Because you have to, if it has 2 triangles, you have to solve for both triangles.
I mean, like,
Like,
how did you get
what do you mean by
H is
solving
less than
for
A
it?
less than
Hey,
B?
Joe, did you say you got extra?
Is that formula from yesterday?
Extra what? Equals.
Yes.
Or is it the sine cosine thingy?
No, it's going to be the formula from yesterday.
Oh. Okay.
Well, I mean, like, how'd you get H is less than A less than B? I don't know.
Because I would have found h. Okay, I would have used this formula to find h. And then I would take that, and I was given AB and then the angle A. And H would be less than A, whatever was given to me, less than B.
Okay.
Oh, new question. Okay, so when you find like the angles, so figure out that equals 180, how would you do that after 2 triangles? Would there be like,
They're still going to total up to 180, but you're going to, well, you'll be given enough information to find them with those given formulas. All right. I'm just deciding which one.
Sorry.
All right, I'm going to start with a problem from the guided practice page.
the guy
There is one more little thing of notes, but we won't get that today. Okay. All right, so I'm going to do on page 885, there are guided practice problems. And we're going to first look at number 3. Okay, so in this one, we're given angle A is equal to 122 degrees. We're given little a is 18 and little b is 12. Okay, so this one's going to be nice because it is the exact same given information from up here. So it'll be easy for us to find h. So that's always the first thing you want to do is find h, because that will help you to know how many triangles you are going to have. Okay, now, if you know, well, actually,
It's A is
I'm going to see if you guys see what's, look at this and actually see, do we need to find h? Oh, you
No.
can't see it at the bottom, hold on. Why do we not need to find h?
because A is greater
obtuse.
than or equal to B.
Okay,
Oh.
angle A is obtuse.
I did not see
Okay,
that.
it's bigger than 90
There you go,
degrees.
answer.
Okay, angle A is obtuse and A is greater than B. Okay, so
No,
It's one triangle. A is greater than B because 18 is greater than 12. Okay, so we have one triangle. Okay, you should always write from the beginning how many triangles you're going to have, because either you start with an obtuse angle and either A is greater than B or A is less than or equal to B. Okay, those are the only 2 options. Okay, and then if not, you're going to find H and then you're going to go from there. Okay.
Are we starting at like examples now?
Yeah, this is an example, but it's from the guided practice.
So we're not taking any more.
There will be more notes, but not till Monday. It's a new area formula for a triangle.
Boo.
Are you not gonna do one? Didn't the other one work perfectly fine?
Wait,
On Monday,
just
yeah.
the regular one?
I mean, I might give a couple problems for you to like look at if you want to. They'll all be due Tuesday. So, anyways,
What's wrong with the other one?
Yeah.
Huh?
What's wrong with the other area formula?
it only works if you know a base and a height.
That's
Oh.
stupid.
We don't have.
Oh. That's a problem.
Is it a weird formula?
What if you want to find the base of the height?
The formula is to find the area 1/2 AB sine C.
Boo.
I mean, And it doesn't.
And then you'll get another area formula in the next section as well.
What?
All right. So, over here, the things that I still need to find, I need to know angle B, I need to know angle C, and I need to know side C. Okay? So I'm going to use my law of sines formula to find them. So I'm going to start with the sine of 122 over 18 because those are values that I know both of them.
That one goes
I
first,
need
right?
to know angle B. Oh, it doesn't matter, but yeah. I need to know angle B, so I'm going to write sine of B over 12. So then in this case, we didn't do one like this yesterday, okay? So the sine of B is equal to 12 times the sine of 122. Okay, remember these are in degrees. Over 18. Okay? But I need to find B. So how do I get rid of the sine on this side?
It's the
And when I gave you something that said the sine of theta is equal to 1. Okay, yeah, I'm going to do the inverse of it. So B is equal to the inverse sine of 12 sine of 122 over 18.
Okay, can you like, so I understand how you get it, so can you like go step by step and just tell me how you got each of those pieces that make the final formula?
This
you
one?
solve? Yeah, how did you get from the top two to that one?
So I multiplied by 12. And then I just flipped it because I just like my variables on the left. So then I have my sine of B over here, and then I've got the 12 sine of 122 over 18. To get rid of the sine over here to get B by itself, I have to do the inverse of it. So the inverse of it, then I have to do it to both sides. So B is equal to the inverse sine of 12 sine of 122 over 18. Okay, something that the pre-cal book points out that your book does not when we do inverse. So just so that you see it in case you're confused about basically how we get from here to here. Okay, the sine of the inverse sine of x is equal to x. Okay, and it works the other way as well. The inverse sine of the sine of x is equal to x. Okay, so basically the regular and the inverse just cancel each other is all this is meant to tell you. And it's true for cosine and tangent as well. Okay, this one has a restricted domain just simply because it's inverse, and so it obviously only occurs on part of it. But anyways, you don't have to know this. This is just explaining how we got from sine of B to B over here. Okay, in case you wanted to understand the what I did to one side, I did to the other kind of thing. Okay, so what is this value?
34.
34, so B is equal to 34 degrees. Okay, and again, just in case, huh?
I put that in there and it said no, it said error. How do you put it in there? Do you do the right then?
I would do 12 times the sine of 122 and I would get an answer, and then I would hit divided by 18, and then I would get that answer. And then what I would do is I would hit second sine to get arc sine, and then second answer, it should be like the bottom right corner, and that'll use the answer you just got and it'll give it to you. That's how I type it in to make sure there's no issues.
I got it.
Okay?
I got it, guys.
So now, again, remember yesterday I told you that we want to try to, we don't necessarily want to use values that we found in case something is wrong when we're doing the law of sines, because if we did something wrong, then all of a sudden all of them are wrong. Okay, but at this point, I would end up with the sine of 122 over 18 is equal to the sine of C over C. I have two unknown values, that's not going to help. But what can I find really easily?
The little c.
No.
Oh, the 180.
The angle.
180 minus 94, 122.
Okay, so big C is equal to 180 minus 122 minus 34. And what does that equal to?
Hold on, I want to figure this one out.
Uh-oh, my calculator just died.
There's a charger up here if you want it.
24.
Yeah.
Okay, 24 degrees. So now I can use the law of sines again. Okay, again, I'm going to use the one that we already knew. I knew both A pieces, so I'm going to use it again. So the sine of 122 over 18, it's the gray chord down there, is equal to the sine of 24 over C. Okay, now, if I had been really thinking, I would have flipped them and used the other formula. That is 18 over the sine of 122 equal to C over the sine of 24. Okay, either of those formulas are the exact same thing. Okay, this one just makes it easier to not have to divide and swap things. So it's really up to you which one you want to use.
So if the side, instead of the side is on the top. It has to be the same way for both of them, right? But
Yes.
I couldn't. Okay.
Yeah, so like if I was gonna do, if I'm trying to find a side, typically I put the side on top. If I'm trying to find an angle, I'll usually put the angle on top.
That makes sense. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm gonna go over and do this one just to make it easier.
I
Okay,
didn't know that was gonna be easier.
huh?
How did you know without doing the problem that would be easier?
Because what you're solving for is on top. Otherwise, if I did this, well, I'll just do it this way. Essentially, what's gonna end up happening now is I have to multiply by C. So I'm gonna get C sine of 122 over 18 is equal to, well, actually I can go ahead and multiply this. So then I can multiply the 18 sine of 24. And then I have to divide, so C is equal to 18 sine of 24 over the sine of 122. And then I could do it that way, which is fine. It just takes a little bit more work. Whereas over here, I can go straight to C is equal to 18 sine of 24 over the sine of 122. It just is a lot less involved if you have what you're trying to solve for on top.
8.6.
If
But
we were
you
to
want
have
it to just be.
Hold on.
If we were to have a quiz on this, would this be one of the like lesser problems, like maybe one or two of these, or would this be like?
Because these take longer, yeah, there would not be as many of them, but I'm probably going to give you one of each type of them, where there's one that's like an obtuse one. I'm likely to give you one that has one triangle. And sometimes, I am known for doing this. I give you one that is no triangles, because there's no work involved other than finding H. That's it. That's all you have to do.
Except I'd probably find them all.
What if what
Yeah, some people do it. It's quite comical because it doesn't make a triangle. That makes me laugh. But usually, another hint is usually when I do that problem, I give you this much space. If I give you this much space to solve a triangle, there is not one.
Right.
Okay?
What if it's obtuse and you have no triangle? What do you do?
You write no triangle. And you write the reason, which would be that H is greater than A.
I did too.
No,
That's
I
what-
meant
well,
obtuse,
8.5.
where A is greater than
I got
B.
8.6.
I mean less than B.
What?
There's,
So did I.
you
A
just
is
say that A is less than or equal to B.
Oh. So there's like literally no word.
Like I did not get 8.6.
You have to show that A is less than or equal to B, show what the values are, and then say no triangle. Okay, so what is C then?
8.6. Do you want it to just be 8?
Well, that would be 9 then, right?
How are you guys getting?
Okay, and we're just rounding again. Remember, we're gonna round to whole numbers. Okay, your book isn't gonna round to whole numbers. They're rounding to decimal places, so your answers might be a little off, but that's okay.
I put that in the calculator like 18 times.
I'm doing it. Just
It's
give me.
not right. I didn't get that.
I actually didn't get that.
Type in 18
18.
times the sine of 24.
I did that. Equals.
Okay, then divided by the sine of
Don't you
122.
hit enter first?
Well, yeah, I mean,
It
that's,
doesn't matter. Okay, and then sin 122.
Yes.
That thing.
I put everything in the calculator at once every single time and it comes out.
I mean, you can do that. That's fine. I just sometimes well, okay, if you're gonna do it all in at once, you have to put parentheses around things.
I don't do that. I just do this.
18 times sine 24 equals.
What is it supposed to be in degree mode or like grade?
Yes, degree mode for everything.
Sin of
Okay.
Unless you're
122.
converting to radians.
Negative 32.6.
Are you in radians?
No,
Are you in radians?
Are you in
Zero's
radians?
something, There's no telling.
Yeah,
It is in radians. You should have checked.
Then just go. Never mind. It's not gonna work. Okay.
Fine, I figured it out.
Anyways, okay. So the answer to this triangle is right here. Okay, that is your answer. Clearly label everything. Don't just like leave the don't
That's not.
Leave out this part over here.
Don't not do it.
Okay? Don't just give me the work shown over here and make me go looking for it, because I can tell you I'm not going to go looking for your answer. Okay?
You have to search.
I'm not going to search through all your work and try to find where you wrote all your answers. Okay? Write them all together or I'm taking points off. Got it? Everybody understand that? It's snowing.
No, I hate the snow. It's wet and cold.
It's only supposed to snow for like an hour.
Wait, it's spring. Wait, isn't it spring?
Oh
Not till
my
tomorrow.
goodness gracious. That sucks.
On the last day of
It's wet. It's
on the
cold.
last day of winter, it's spring. It's spring.
All right.
It's snowing.
School's out.
Next problem.
School's out, right?
Number 5. A is equal to 50 degrees. Little a is 2.8. Little b is 4. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is what?
Look at the form. Look at. I was gonna say. Look.
Okay, it's acute. So I'm going to use h. H equals b sine of a. So h equals b. 4 times the sine of 50. What is that?
I wouldn't know because
Dude, that's-
broken and arrows on the word.
3 point. You're just.
3.
Just 3.
Just 3.
3. And so that means that h is greater than a because 3 is greater than 2.8. And what does that mean?
Hold on. I need a minute to write the rest of this down.
No triangle.
No triangle.
Oh. And I really wanted a triangle.
That's all you have to write, right?
Yep, this is all I would want you to show. Okay, now, this is a scenario in which you may not want to round. Okay, now that one was big enough so it was fine. But if you had gotten like 2.89, that is still bigger than 2.8. Okay, so just be very careful about rounding with something that's really close. Make sure you pay attention to that because you don't want to get thrown off. Now, I try not to give ones that end up coming out that way, but you know, on occasion it just happens. So,
Technically, if you round that one up to a whole number, it would be 3 is greater than 3.
Guys, let's just.
You'll get points off if you don't put the smiling things.
The last one we did when it was like it was
This
like
one?
8.6, right? And we got 9. How do we know when to round?
5 and up, you round up. 4 and down, round down. Same thing.
I'm 3 weeks out there.
Well, how come we had to be careful?
Because if h had come out to be like 2.89,
Yeah.
and I rounded that, okay, now obviously that one would round up to 3, so it would be fine.
Yeah.
But if it rounded to be something really close, or if it rounded to be 2.79 instead of 2.8, and I round that up to 3, it makes it look like h is bigger. But h wasn't bigger. A was bigger.
But you would like us for a final answer if it doesn't affect it to round.
Yeah, if it does, I mean, with these ones, I don't care so much on the rounding. It's really just these ones because it makes everybody's answer consistent because literally it makes a difference if you round or not. So I always just say round up to the nearest whole number for these because it just makes my life easier grading it, and then it leaves less decimals for y'all to have to deal with.
I don't like decimals. They're dumb.
So,
I like fractions.
I like decimals better than fractions.
Well, good for you.
All right.
No one else does.
I don't like math.
I like math.
Math is fun. Huh? What did he say?
all right.
Yeah.
Can you push that desk towards me?
So, we are going to look at a couple problems here that say to, in the actual homework, it says to state the case,
Oh, Gary's got this one.
angle, side,
No. Yes.
angle, side, angle, or side, angle,
Anything else?
applicable to the given measurements.
Oh, this is like geometry. Angle, side, angle, side,
I
angle,
was so
and then
bad at
side,
geometry.
angle.
This is exactly like
Not
English.
Okay, and then
This was biology.
Angle, side, angle.
decide whether the measurements determine one 2 or no triangles. Okay, so remember this is referring back to this stuff up here. Okay, so if we have angle side angle or angle angle side, okay, we have one triangle. If we have side side angle, then we have 3 different options and we decide it based on these conditions here.
Oh, that's what the side angle is. It's that stuff. Oh, I feel like I've learned.
I know, I understand now.
Connects.
Well, I don't
Okay.
really understand. I'm just not.
So, I'm going to look at a couple of them. Number 4, A is 40 degrees, C is 75 degrees, and little c is 20.
Oh, I think I know. Can I say it? Is it the angle side because there's 2 angles in one side?
No,
Right.
angle side angle.
What? How come? Oh,
Okay, well, there's 2 options because 2 of them have 2 angles.
you're right.
So this is where you need to draw your triangle.
It'll be one triangle though still.
Okay?
Wait, no, Brooke's right. Wait.
I'm right.
I
That's
don't know.
weird. I never hear that.
It could be either or, but it's also just one triangle by the way.
No, it can't be because there's a certain way you put the letters on the triangle.
Because the only
Because I remember asking that question.
Okay? So we were given, or here, I'll highlight the ones we were given. So we were given angle A, we were given angle C, and side C.
Wait, how do you know where the A, B, C go?
It's side. No, it's
The little
angle,
A, B,
angle side.
Just do it.
Technically speaking, I mean, these can,
no, it's angle side angle.
You just don't have any of the same letters touching one another.
basically, yeah, I'm just going to undo what I just did because there's no reason to change it.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. So you can't have like a big A and then side little A and then still.
Okay, so in this case, yeah, so in this case, I had an angle. Oh, that was not what I wanted to do. Okay, that just. Okay, so I have an angle. I have an angle, and I have a side.
I was right.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is angle, angle, side, and that means how many triangles?
One or no?
One triangle.
One. Excuse me, I meant one.
Okay, these first 2 options always give 1 triangle. Then this one gives no 1 or 2.
That's the mean one, the one we don't like. Blech.
I have a question. So for like when you got like angle side, theoretically like you went from C to A to C as a teacher. But
If I had been given, so I'm assuming this is your question. If I had been given side B instead of side C, I would have used angle side angle because it goes in order.
because I was gonna say was couldn't theoretically you couldn't theoretically go A little C big C and that would make it A.
Well, C, the big C and the little c have to be opposites. The letters have to be opposites.
Oh, that's
Its
Oh,
side goes with
okay.
its angle.
Okay, now okay.
I only know that
That's
because
one-
I asked you that question when I drew my triangle wrong, and you're like, "What did you do?"
Okay, let's look at 6. A is 37 degrees, little a is 8, and B is 14.
Side, angle.
No.
Okay,
So sad.
so in this case, I'm given 2 sides, so I automatically know it's going to be side angle.
Right?
Man, and it's a cute too, so now I have to do even more work. This is sad.
No, if you
Okay, but again, what is the first thing we always
Draw
do?
a triangle.
H equals B
Or
S.
that.
B s-
BS.
Excuse me.
Yes, I am.
Did she say A equals B?
H equals B sine A. Okay, so 14 sine of 37 is what?
Hold on, I gotta get the little.
Your calculator doesn't work.
If she puts it in degree mode, it works.
I put user error.
How much?
8.42.
Okay, 8.42. So that's equal to H. H is greater than A because 8.42 is greater than A. I can't write today. Okay, we're just gonna try this again. Is greater than 8. So what does that mean?
It is equal.
2 triangles.
One
None.
triangle.
None. No triangle.
No
Man, that's so sad that we do all this work for no triangle.
I was off by a few.
Okay. Also, if instead of writing the word triangle a million times, you just want to draw a little symbol, that's fine.
That'd be nice. Triangle, triangle, triangle. Ah, they're being.
Oh yeah, I always just write the little triangle.
I'm getting great.
Make sure you don't write triangle.
All right.
Whoa.
8. Big A is 149. Little a is 7. B is 10.
Okay, can I make my statement?
It's up to.
And
Okay.
never mind, no more statements to be made.
It's side angle. It is obtuse. Okay.
I'm just gonna say it's no triangle.
No.
I don't know that for sure though. It could be either one of them.
Okay, so look at your obtuse cases and see which one makes sense and why.
Oh, we do have A. I wrote C. That's why I was very confused.
Well,
Like,
A
I can't
is
do anything
less
with
than
C.
B, so.
It's only no triangle because there's no option of one triangle.
What?
There is.
There is an option.
No.
Okay, so A is less than B.
Which means it is no triangle.
There's no triangle.
Wait, I was right?
Basically, we have
Yes.
to memorize that thing.
It's a 50-50 shot.
My 50-50 shot worked.
Oh.
Yeah, you just flip the coin. It's like, okay.
Yes, sir.
I just my
If A is
shot.
also equal to B, it's another triangle. This is less than B.
Yeah, less than or equal to. So yeah, technically we could do it this way. And that would be, I mean, that's fine too if you just want to get used to the pattern.
Well, I'm just wondering, like,
Even
if
if you're not
A
good
was
at any
7
of
and B
those
was
values.
7, would there be no triangle?
Correct.
You have to be given the values though.
Okay, one more. All right, B, we've got, or B. Number 10, angle B is 70 degrees, little b is 85, little c is 88.
So it's angle, side, angle. No.
Side,
Side angle.
or angle,
Side.
side.
I can't write,
Seven
again.
3 times.
So
Side, angle.
equals B sine A.
Yeah.
And this is where B sine A is not going to help you,
I
okay?
realized that after I said
So, I know that it's going to have to be the sine of B because that's the only angle I was given. It can't have its buddy, okay? So, little b is big B's buddy, okay? So, he can't be there, so it's got to be little c, okay? So, it's going to be h is equal to 88, sine of 70, and what is h?
No
I
idea.
actually don't remember this now. That was a good analogy.
I like the buddy system.
The anatomy of the buddy system.
I do sometimes.
This is
83.
not science. This is
I don't like
The
it.
anatomy of the male brain. Zero.
Oh, I got we already got the answer. Never mind.
it's like AO.
It's just like when
No,
they did,
you skip one, you just like-
Oh.
rules and they did like PEMDAS, like I actually remember the thing
This
because
is where.
Okay, 82.7.
Ah.
Okay, so I need to look at back to the chart to compare here.
It's less than.
Okay, the only situation where h can be less than something is if there's two triangles. So we have
Two triangles.
h is less than b, less than c, because 82.7 is less than 85, is less than 88. So that means two triangles.
No, there's only do that formula twice.
Nope. Well, yes, you would have to do the formula twice to the law of sines twice. Technically,
We're
well,
not doing that.
you might do it like 4 times. No, this problem is not
Right,
asking
we
you to
would
do
it 4
that.
times because like 2 for the first one and
why did we not do H is less than A this time?
Because we didn't have an A. So, but if you remember in that formula, little a had its buddy of big A.
Oh,
So now it's little b first because it has a buddy of big B, and then C is
is there a
last.
chance that it'll be like big B, little a, little c? Can you do that or can you like not solve that problem?
No, you would need different information to do that.
So it would just be like cancel.
Yeah, I'm not going to give you something like that though, unless it's a typo, and then I'm just going to fix it. Okay. There's only a couple minutes left, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and give you guys a couple problems. You don't have to, again, they're all going to be due on Tuesday.
Okay.
It's really hot in here.
Wait, did you give us problem? Oh yeah, you probably
Okay.
gave us problems.
So,
I'm sweating.
let's see, 3, 7. Yeah, 3 and 7 is good. I'm actually going to go ahead and give you the area formulas really quick because we have enough time to do those, and then we'll go back and do some more examples, and then we'll do the area examples on Monday as well.
But 3 and 7 aren't due till Tuesday.
Correct. All the homework is going to be due on Tuesday, so do not go post it in the tab that I already made. Okay? All right. Area of a triangle.
10:59. You're just giving us the areas.
Well, yeah, I'm just giving you the formulas because there's 3 of them.
Are these huge or like?
No, they're not long.
If I have like 6 lines left on my page.
Oh, yeah, you're good.
Okay.
I have 2.
You just need 4 lines.
Okay.
Is this the one
I like
formula?
the old one. Half of base times height.
Yeah, that's.
I'll make it work.
Base times height divided by 2. Down.
Okay, so given this triangle here, okay, you're going to be given different pieces of it, but the area formulas are A is equal to 1/2 A, B, okay, those are both little, and then the sine of C. A is equal to 1/2 A, C, sine of B. Or A is equal to 1/2 B, C, sine of A.
I have a question.
Can you do it like the old formula?
Never mind.
No.
I entered it in my own head.
Old formula will not work.
I mean, can you do it like the old formula and divide it by 2 instead of just doing half of it? Oh, never mind, because you're just putting it in your calculator.
Okay. Again, these are still all in degrees. This whole section is in degrees. So basically, you're going to be given A, B, and C. You're going to be given A, C, and B. Or you're going to be given B, C, and A. Okay, so that would be your given information. And then you just use the appropriate formula from that. Okay, so it's basically 1/2, the 2 side lengths you're given, and then the sine of whatever angle you were given.
If we had like
Okay.
we were talking about like the buddy system. If we had like ACB, what do we like pair that with?
You would have to go through and you would have to find the other. So, like, if you were given A, big A, and like little c or something, you're going to have to go through and find the other side using a. But I don't think any of the problems in the book make you do that. I think they're nice and they actually just give you straight up what you need.
Okay.
Okay. So these problems, we should only take about probably 5 minutes to go over these because it's literally just plugging it into the formula and sticking it in your calculator.
We do
So.
tend to have calculator issues if you notice.
May I use the restroom?